Boogie2988 from My 300 Pound Life, or no, that's not the right thing. From the crypto scam with pump.fun, he's returned to the news with something even worse. Apparently, he's been allegedly faking having cancer. And as someone that has had family members that have had cancer, I find that disgusting and super messed up to even do that, because he also has used it to get donations for his treatments, and was a huge excuse and why he scammed his fans in the first place, because he said he was desperate for money to pay for his medical bills and for all this other stuff because, you know, woe is me, I'm Boogie, I have no money because I put no effort into my content and I'm super lazy. So he had to take a deal with this shady company to do a pump and dump, and they paid him $10,000, which he could probably pretty easily make if he just made a video every day or every other day. He could get by on that, but instead he's lazy, just wants to find the easy way out. He's incredibly ungrateful for his community and the following he's built, and he has completely ruined his reputation over time, and this is definitely the biggest hit. He's been deactivating his social medias or whatever, trying to get offline, but he was confronted by Destiny on a stream, and we'll go ahead and check that out.
Boogie2988, you are being confronted tonight. I am 99% sure that you are faking. No, don't move. You are faking your cancer diagnosis, Boogie. Did the doctor ever tell you, or did he ever say the word cancer?
He said polycythemia vera, which is a form of cancer, as he explained it to me.
So I think it is secondary polycythemia.
Well, then why would he call it polycythemia vera? Why would he tell me that I have hormone markers in my blood that tells me I have polycythemia vera? Why does he order a bone marrow biopsy to confirm it?
Well, if he ordered a bone marrow biopsy to confirm it, it would be weird that you told us that you already had a diagnosis and a confirmation.
Because the markers are in my blood. The hormone markers are in my blood, Destiny.
Correct. But you said that you had received the diagnosis, but now you just told me you got a bone marrow biopsy.
It's a diagnosis and
confirmation. Confirmation.
Is this house MD? Are we treating a blood cancer without actually confirming it yet? For 2 years, you've been having a cancer treatment without confirming there's actually cancer there?
Because it was in my blood markers, and that's pretty goddamn definitive. You can Google that, Destiny. When you have the hormones, when you have the hormone in the blood that is produced by this cancer, it's pretty goddamn definitive. It doesn't show up for just the—
First of all, I just had to say, I hope your doctor's not telling you have that, because it's not pronounced Vera. It's not Olivera, okay? It's polycythemia vera. But besides the vocab lesson, we're going to be talking about how he just completely contradicts himself. First, he brings up how the doctor ordered up this test as a confirmation, but then later he actually says that he was the one that is insisting on getting this confirmation because he's hoping they're wrong, which is a little strange.
Because I'm insisting on it, because I'm hoping the microphone.
No, wait. Why would you have to insist on a biopsy if you can confirm with a with blood markers? It's because you can't.
Because I'm hoping that I are wrong.
If you're hoping they're wrong, then why 2 years ago were you talking about fighting cancer? Why would you be talking about, like,
I have been for 2 years.
Fighting cancer how? With what? With blood thinners?
Oh, this one's for you, Boogie.
Because, oh god damn it. Because you treat polycythemia vera almost identically to the way that you treat polycythemia, because you can't attack the cancer directly. All you can do is treat the symptoms, and the symptoms are identical to polycythemia, because it's the same fucking thing, with the exception of one's getting caused by an external source and the other's being caused by fucking cancer. And in this case, it's getting caused by fucking cancer, Destiny.
So I do think there are different treatments available for polycythemia vera.
And so he's been going on with this diagnosis for 2 years, using it to get some money from a GoFundMe, using it as a shield from all of his wrongdoings, from the latest crypto scam. He's using that cancer diagnosis that could possibly, more than likely, not be true over and over and over again. He's like a Reinhardt from Overwatch with 0% muscle mass. Even XQC asked him a question saying, you know, do you think you jumped the gun on it? You know, is that possible? And then Boogie responds by saying no. And then he's like, well, anything is possible. When you say anything is possible, that really alludes to the fact that you have no idea what's going on and you possibly could have jumped the gun. And now you just can't take it back because you've gotten a lot of money from it.
As Boogie, is it possible that you just jumped the gun on releasing your diagnosis thing?
No.
You don't think you jumped the gun a little bit?
Anything is possible, sure.
And for some reason, only God and Boogie knows, he just will not show any kind of proof. He won't show his medical records at all, even to a private source. He doesn't have to show it to these guys. They even said he could show it to some trusted third party that could confirm it, but he refuses to. He refuses to show any proof, which makes absolutely no sense, because the guy that's so desperate to make money to help with his cancer treatments that he was willing to scam his audience for $10,000, but won't show his medical records for $80,000. Yeah, that's because Destiny actually put up $5,000, and then I forgot who else put up more money. I think Mudahar put up $50,000. They're like, if you show us proof that you have cancer, we'll give you this amount of money to help go towards your treatment. And he won't do it. Wait, I don't understand. You would really think the guy that literally did a pump and dump for $10,000 won't show a little piece of paper showing that he did get a diagnosis that he has cancer for $80,000. But he won't, because he can't. He doesn't have it because he's a liar. He's a massive hypocrite, massive manipulator.
Possible, sure.
I just don't understand why you won't just go grab a piece of paper and just disprove them. Like,
Because I don't have
all these feelings.
He has nothing with those words on it.
Number two, and like I said a year ago, when these motherfuckers tried to get it to begin with, this is the one last thing I have left. You motherfuckers were in my marriage. You guys were in everything else. You're in every aspect of my life. Fuck you. Let me have one goddamn. You lead. Boogie lies about cancer than to hand this shit over to you pieces of shit. That's just. I'd rather do that. I'd rather do that. Go ahead, print it, Dexterdo. Go ahead and print it.
Can you get your patient portal up on your phone and like send it to Tommy?
I'm not going to.
He's never doing that. He does not have a cancer diagnosis. There is 0% chance that he has one. Every leading thing for this cancer diagnosis the doctor talked about has to do with secondary polycythemia. The sleep apnea was a contributor to that, and the TRT was a contributor to that.
Of course, except for the hormone markers in my blood. Except for
but if you had hormone markers for it, that's either a definitive diagnosis, in which case you wouldn't be getting a biopsy 2 years later, or it wasn't definitive and you would have gotten a biopsy 2 years later instead of saying they're treating you for cancer for 2 years. You just said before that you don't have the money for extra medical stuff. If they don't need that test to confirm cancer, why would you spend extra money on a biopsy they don't need?
Have you heard of this, Destiny? I just got a bit of a windfall.
Ooh.
Might have heard about it.
Yeah, you may have heard of it.
We have.
What's a windfall?
He did a $10,000 crypto scam, using partly his cancer thing as an excuse for why he needed to scam his fans. But
I just wanted. I want to join real quick because you just got caught lying about me to Coffee
Seems like a lot of effort to go through.
And now you're being confronted. And now you're being confronted on one of the biggest lies on internet history.
I can't take it seriously.
And you won't prove it?
No.
You won't prove it?
I'd rather you go ahead and print it.
If this is true, and you lied about cancer, this is the biggest scandal on the internet.
It's not, but go ahead and print it anyway. Go ahead and print it anyway.
Yeah.
I pretty much prove it. None of you motherfuckers.
Fucking
I said this
prove
2
it.
years ago, and I'm not doing it today. Go right ahead. Print it. Print it the way it is. Go right ahead.
Print it. Run it.
I'm okay.
Okay, so I guess just to wrap up, because we don't want to take all you guys' time tonight. So just as a couple things, right? So the story as laid out, if you look up secondary polycythemia versus polycythemia vera, all of the leading things that Boogie talks about leading to his condition are consistent with secondary polycythemia, not the mutation that would cause polycythemia vera. The things that Boogie says that his doctor wants him to check for afterwards, like doing a sleep study, are consistent with secondary polycythemia, not primary polycythemia. And the fact that he says, I'm almost done. The fact that he says that he had the blood markers or something to confirm it 2 years ago, but is now getting a biopsy for secondary confirmation, even though he says he doesn't have the money for medical bills, but I guess now that he does have money, he's going to waste all of it on biopsying things that are already confirmed, or at least confirmed enough that he wanted to talk about it publicly for 2 years ago, and then use it to fundraise the money that he now has so that he can do the biopsy that I don't even think he's doing, by the way. I don't think he's actually doing that biopsy. I think that's a lie as well. And if you wanted to disprove If you wanted to disprove it, all he has to do is show a private party this particular medical thing, and and it would be.
That's also fraud. It's just fraud.
To summarize, Jesse, you're basically saying he's kind of unlucky he doesn't have cancer.
I mean, for this particular case, yeah. I mean, if he wants, here, I'll do this. If Boogie can confirm that he has polycythemia vera, and he actually has like a doctor confirmation of the blood cancer, I'll throw $5,000 towards his medical treatment. I'll make that personal pledge right now.
Yeah,
Hey, you need
10,000.
money.
You're not
You
seeing
can't-
my medical records for 20, not for 50. You're not seeing my medical records.
$5,000.
I said
Wait, I don't get it. You leak your own medical history, but you won't leak
Just
the
remember, okay, so then I just want people to remember in the future then, when Boogie says, I have to do XYZ scam to raise money because my medical bills are hurting so much, he can speak publicly about his medical issues to scam his fans to raise money, but he can't take $5,000 to privately confirm a diagnosis that he already publicly said that he has. Doesn't make any sense, but okay.
Even I have a fucking limit. Even I have a fucking limit.
What's the limit, though? Yeah, I think you can probably understand that he, there's a big history of people, I guess, scamming people with cancer, and it's like the worst of the worst. And you're getting confronted with that right now, and your response to that is nuh-uh.
Go ahead.
I'm not going ahead. I'm explaining to you.
Go ahead. All right.
He said, even I have a limit. What exactly is your limit? You know, because you won't show a little piece of evidence showing that you actually have a real diagnosis, but you will scam your own fans for 10,000? That doesn't really make any sense. And you know, the pool of money has gotten all the way up to 80,000. So why is your limit not showing a small part of your medical records to a private party, but not promoting a pump and dump for your audience? You know, the true colors of Boogie really start to shine through. He is a super massive manipulator. Just to prove the point, he also tried to blame it on them. He said that they have ruined his life. You know, everybody has ruined his life because he's always the target. He's always the victim. They've ruined his life, and they said, or he said, just let me have one thing. What exactly do you mean by that? Is the one thing your cancer diagnosis? Why would you want that one thing? Or do you mean your medical records? Because you only have to show it to a trusted private party, and you only have to show the part that says you were diagnosed with this. That's not really showing a whole lot. It's not that big of a deal, you know? Or if you don't want to show your medical records, maybe don't be trying to get money off of it and constantly be talking about it publicly and using it as a shield. He even got caught again by CoffeeZilla lying about the money. He actually did have money and he could have paid the victims back, but he didn't. He could have helped pay the victims back. Instead, he decided to keep that money in his bank account because he needed it, but he lied and said he had spent the money.
Later, I verified with Boogie this payment occurred on June 19th, and when Boogie said all the money was gone on June 26th, that gives us a window of time where he should have receipts for about $5,000 of medical expenses. Boogie, when I asked, agreed to share these expenses with me, and the following conclusions are based on him providing accurate records, which I know is a dubious idea, but when he shared what he had, it fell far short of even what I was expecting. So where did the rest of the money go? Well, Boogie claimed that it was really intended for medical expenses after we spoke, and that when he said the money was gone, he meant it colloquially and then accused me of lying. Wait, that's on June 28th. That's on June 28th. You showed me a payment for $550 on June 28th, which is after we talked, after you told me the money was all gone.
Yes! Have you never heard of the colloquialism? Yeah, that money's all gone, it's all spent. I have a specific thing I need to do with it. Have you never heard that colloquialism? Use fucking Google then! It's very common!
I'm saying...
I'm not used to this level of scrutiny!
I can tell.
To this level of scrutiny!
Yes. Okay, so I have a big problem with this, because looking back at what Boogie said, it wasn't just the money's gone, which already means very specifically the money's gone, but he also says the money's at Mercy Hospital right now, which is a colloquialism I've never heard before if you mean it's not at Mercy Hospital.
Right now it's...
But even being as charitable as I can, adding in everything he calls medical expenses outside of our time window, like there was an $1,000 credit card payment. Okay, we'll just say that's medical, right? He's still only able to get me to about $2,500 worth of medical expenses for the month, most of it not to Mercy Hospital, which I wondered about. Did he need the fatty coin then? From where I was sitting, instead of having spent the money on medical bills, it looked like he saved most of it because of his starting and ending bank balances for the month. Wait, you're taking...
A fucking liar!
You paid about $2,500. Like you're also talking about money you haven't spent, which you're trying to add up to $3,000. That's not the $5,000 you said was gone. and then you're taking.
I told you it was 4,000 when we started this conversation, but of course you're lying about that too.
Boogie, can you explain exactly how you started the month with $800, ended it with $5,000? You're saying the $5,000 you made from a crypto scam has nothing to do with it.
I saved my ass off.
That's right. The $5,000 Boogie made from a crypto scam has nothing to do with the $5,000 sitting in his bank account right now. That's there because he pinched his penny.
Yeah, that makes sense. He really saved for that one. Again, all he really has to do is post daily, and he would be making a livable amount of money easily. It's actually ridiculous that he would resort to scamming his own audience when he doesn't need to. Boogie is super pathetic. He's a big baby, a pathological liar, and a massive manipulator. You know, I feel bad for anybody that donated to him for his cancer treatments, and I hope nobody will donate to him anymore at all. You know, he doesn't deserve it. I think this is a good example of one of the people that didn't deserve to become famous. You know how people say we made the wrong person famous? Boogie2988 is exactly that person. Anyway, if you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe. That's really all I had to talk about, and yeah, see ya.